Hi again. Uh, Occasionally I have a look at various chess problems that are floating around on different sites, and one in particular that's cropped up here happens to appear on Pinterest, and it's been posted by DChess Mix, and apparently this gentleman has prepared a lot of chess puzzles, and what he's calling them is "I'm progressing in chess. 500 chess problems," and this one is a mate in 5 for advanced and expert level. Now, from what I can see, the one that I'm looking at here and that you're also viewing with me, there is no solution for it. But on just about all of the others that I have found so far, and quite possibly on the rest of them, there are solutions at the bottom of the page. Now, I try not to look at the solutions, and if I can solve it, then I look at the solution, of course, just to confirm that we are in agreement. If I can't solve it, then I hold it in abeyance until such time as I am able to solve it. I don't like looking at solutions if I can possibly avoid it. I mean, if it went on for a very long time and I just couldn't see it, then I'd have to put myself out of my misery, I suppose, but I try not to do that. This particular one, like it says, there was no solution for it. There was a mate in 5 here. Now, I'd spent about 10 minutes looking at this, and you would assume that it doesn't say that it's white to mate in 5, it just says mate in 5. And no matter what you do here with white, there is certainly no mate in 5. I mean, the obvious move, of course, would be to whip the queen off here. The trouble then is that this rook, which is under attack, comes to e8, checks the king, and then picks up the rook. And we end up in a situation there where black has a rook and a pawn for a queen, and it's pretty much clear cut that white would win the game eventually, but there's no question of a mate in 5. And so I suddenly thought, is it possible that it could be a mate in 5 for black? So what I did is I looked for forcing moves, and I played around with a few queen moves at first. And I thought, well, maybe something can be done here. But if you move the queen here and the king comes here, then it is checkmate on d3. The problem for black is that if he plays queen to d5 check, white can escape this way. So there's no mate in 5 there. But with this move, f5 check, white has no option but to play the only move that he can legally play on this board. Since he can't go onto the D line, he can't go to either of these black squares because the queen covers them, and he can't take the pawn because the queen covers that. So the only legal move that he could make would be king to e5. Can you see black's next move there? It's a forcing move. Well, in fact, as I see it, the next move is here, queen to f6. That's black's second move. We have 1 for black f5, 2 king e5, and 2 queen f6 check. Now again in this position, white is forced to make the only move that he can legally play in this position, which of course is king to f4. So black is forcing white to go back to the 4th rank. He's come from e4 to e5 and now back to f4. So what would you say the next move is here? It's a forcing move again. In each of these turns by black, he's forcing white to play just the one legal move that he can play. We started out with a pawn move, didn't we? Then a queen move. So it's 1 f5 check, 2 king e5, 2 queen f6 check, 3 king f4. So try 3 g5 check. Now white is forced onto the 3rd rank. The only legal move that he can play here is king to e3. I think you'd agree. So what does black do now? All these are checking moves, as you've probably noticed, and hence they're forcing moves. Well, it's black to checkmate in 2 moves. White has just played 4 king e3. So black forces the issue here by playing queen to d4. Queen, of course, is covered by the rook. Check. White cannot go to the 4th rank. He can't go to the d line. So he's forced to play 5 king e2. Now it's mate on the move. You spot it? Okay. It's queen to d3, and I think you'll agree that that is definitely checkmate in 5 moves. There is no first move for white because black is kick-starting the process, but that is checkmate in 5. And I'll look on that as the solution. I'll have a look periodically and see if I can find out whether there is a solution by this gentleman for this or not. But I'm quite satisfied from my investigations that it is a win for black here. And I trust that you'll agree with me, and I hope you've enjoyed this one as well. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.